It's Week 11 of the 2022 season, and we'll see DeAndre Swift. There's a lot to like from his showing last week, well over 100 yards in a pair of scores. It's the Commanders and the Texans, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Washington Commanders and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Fielded right around the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by the former NFL MVP, already a two-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
He got touchdowns, I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person, obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I loved was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Right back to Swift again on second down. They'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Play action. It's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Micah Parsons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long, there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
Gets past one man. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. They're brought out by a 4th-round pick in the 2021 draft out of Notre Dame, Ian Book.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Book now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now Book. Buying time to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Once again, it's Swift. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Jackson. That one caught by Carter. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Jackson. Touchdown! DeAndre Swift with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Nick Folk for the point after. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
White's numbers from a week ago. 14 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the shotgun, it's Book. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Texans at 0-9 now on the year. And they come in the midst of a season-crushing losing streak. It's up to 9 games now.
And this is a team that's not shown much consistency during this losing streak because they've never really looked like they've been ready to play. You question their motivation. You wonder what's going on with them. And I don't have a PhD in psychology, but the body language, it's awful.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Book. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun. Here's Book. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On first down, Book. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Book over the middle here to Brown. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
First down, here's White. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 4 yards on the pickup. To throw is Book. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Ian Book, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Throwing is Jackson. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 12. First down, Washington. That's the end of the first quarter.
7-7, our score after one. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. He'll get this up to about the 44. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Jackson. Got a man here, it's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 33. Now it's Jackson. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be brought down at the 27. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd down at 4. Here's Jackson. For the completion to Wilson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000 is a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Jackson now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. This is the most important of them all. 3rd and goal. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Folks' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Partner sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On 1st and 10, Book. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Texans. Terrace Marshall, his first touchdown on the year as they have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's Terrace Marshall who's able to cap things off with a touchdown. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. They've lost 9 straight coming into this affair, and they've told us time and time again they are tired of hearing about it. Good news, they've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Book now. That's complete to his tight end, Fryermuth. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly in position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They run straight ahead here with White. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Book. This will be caught by Brown. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Book. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Now Book. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this will stay a 4-point game. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now Jackson. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Being chased out left. Book hit, and he lost it. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They'll go up the middle with White. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Agnew now to return.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Jackson on 1st down. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Wilson's got it complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Going right back to Wilson. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Jackson.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo. And it's the Browns who are out on top. Russell Wilson with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we stay in the AFC East and skip over to Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Isaiah Pacheco, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. A touchdown there for Saquon Barkley. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Texans, we check out their numbers on the ground, as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. But the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Book.
It's grabbed over the middle by White. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Book. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
To throw is Book.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
A second down throw for Book. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. On the return, here's Agnew. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and that will come the offense as they take over.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced the punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On second down, Swift.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Jackson. Throw right side complete to Carter.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
Jackson.
Back-to-back catches here for Carter. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now it's Jackson. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Jackson from the shotgun. It's brought in by Wilson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll run the draw here with Swift. Down at the 25. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Jackson now. Caught. Kelsey, left side.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. Here's Jackson. Now he's flushed out right.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, the fullback Burton. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Play action. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. 3rd down and goal now. This Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked and multiple players break through the line to get him.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The drive starts with a run by White. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Opting to run again here with White. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Running out of the gun with White. Dances by at the 20. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. From the 24, Book. And that'll be caught by Tony. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now Book. Over the middle here to Brown. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the 39, Book. And that'll be incomplete. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Book now.
Dancing to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. D Ford drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. The
Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And taken right on the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays.
Back now in Houston.
It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And he's going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 41.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. This late in the game, Charles, if you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
Yeah, this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington 1st down and an exhale there as they convert on 4th.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
They go play action with Jackson.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
Throwing is Jackson. This is caught.
Touchdown, Washington.
Michael Gallup from 8 yards out.
And the Commanders have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the 2nd half after a decent 1st half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. Book now to throw on 1st down. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game. But it falls down to the ground incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
On 2nd and 10. Book. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's third down.
The Texans on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Book.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hughes. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Jackson.
He'll get that one to Carter complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And that will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in the face there. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and that will keep this a 3-point game. Maybe an important fourth-quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game, they get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
And now out comes Houston.
Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Book hit, and he lost it.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
On the draw, it's White. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
To throw his Book.
And a dump off to White. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. It's Kelsey on the grab. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Yeah, 3rd the starters block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play force work down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Washington. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. On second down, they'll run with White. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And it's fielded at the 34. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. To throw is Jackson. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Penny, a first down carry. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing now is Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Merritt. And the Texans are going to get it back here just past the 35. And my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
They'll look to throw. That's to Freiermuth. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Fourth down, Book, desperation time. That's into the hands of Marshall. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good pickup there, a 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
He's back to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on fourth down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. He'll look to throw.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
The 40. Past the 20.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown.
So they were in field goal range, a chance to get this one to OT. Got a little greedy going for the win, cost him the game.
Not just a little greedy, now a little lost because of what ended up happening. Just what you stated there, they're in field goal range. Instead of getting conservative, they decided to press it, maybe try and win it right now. Instead, the whole thing backfired.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So now the Texans down 24-14. At time, a huge factor. The turnover does give them life, but they still need 2 scores.
The Book will look to turn the page after the pick six.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down.
Book trying to get the offense to the line as quickly as possible. Book's throw pulled in by Marshall.
The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now Book.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Commanders,
they move back over